I'm live. All right, so wait for people to join because there's no one here. Oh, you're in it. Your legs are in it. Well, 7 people watching.
No.
Just no one has commented. You fucking end. Feel free to ask questions. I'll go over the questions on the post I made. So, first one is ideal program to transition from general lifting to Olympic lifting. Yeah, like beginners, like they like all the time they just ask for like, you know, a program for weightlifting. And like beginners really like in weightlifting, they don't need a program. Like they just need to practice the lifts like quite often. Like what they're doing, it could change. Like basically, like if a coach, like the coach might tell them to do like a different exercise and focus on different things. But like beginners, like they can't really follow a program at all. Like I guess if you're lifting for like over like 3 months, you'll have like the basic technique down and like the snatch and clean and jerk. But like you can follow a program like before that. Like after that, maybe you can follow like a really basic structure, but like the main thing is just to practice as often as possible, like at least 5 times per week. Wouldn't you agree? What? How the fuck do you have a 26 to 27 fat-free mass index as a natty? Well, I just take a lot of creatine, obviously. You know, creatine can like it can put you over like above 25. Actually, Omar made a video about that recently, and he was just like, or was it Omar? And yeah, Omar and what's his name? The bodybuilding coach. For his name. The other guy that coached like Matt Ogus at one point.
Eric Helms.
No, not Eric. Yeah, Eric Helms, yeah. Yeah, he did like a collab with Eric Helms, and he like they just like Eric Helms was basically saying that like it's actually possible to go like above 25 as a natural bodybuilder. Like people in the past, like in the 1930s when like testosterone was even a thing, like there was people like above 25%, like 25 fat-free mass index. So it's possible to go like above that as a natty. Any questions here? No one's making any comments. Is the video and sound quality good? Have you thought about writing a book on weightlifting, strength training, and your career? Career? No, I never thought about writing the book. Like I could spend like hundreds of hours like writing books and like probably only produce like I don't know, like 1 or 2 books. Whereas I can spend like 100 hours making videos and like way more people would watch the videos. So I think it's just more beneficial like for my time to be like focusing on like making informative videos rather than like books. Plus I make more money off videos, I guess. Have you ever considered making a program for beginners? I'm still learning the movements. I'm not sure how to move forward once I'm comfortable performing them. Like I said with the previous questions, basically like the same answer. You can't really follow a program. I would say try to get a coach and just do whatever he or she says. You just need to practice like snatch, clean, jerk. You just need to focus on technique. You can't do a program without knowing how to snatch, clean, jerk. But like once you're kind of past the beginner stage, I guess there's like a few templates you can follow online, like first pull. if you check their website, they have like a really basic template you can follow, and California Strength and Catalyst Athletics, and they're all free as well. Did you have times that you stopped training for several weeks, months to heal the body, both physically and mentally? If so, did you fully step back, or did you still do some stuff like mobility stuff, or even very low frequent strength sessions? Yeah, like during that period where I was waiting for knee surgery, basically, I took like maybe 7 to 8 months off training. Not completely. I was maybe like training 2 to 3 times per week, and like each training session was like 40 minutes long. It was just basically to maintain as much like muscle mass as I could and a bit of strength. Yeah, like during that time, I just focused like on the basics, like snatch, clean jerk, squat. I didn't do any like crazy variations or anything. So like, yeah, it's a bad idea to like not do any training at all. Like even if you do like very low frequency training, and if you work at like 60 to like 65% of like your maximum in like each lift, you can maintain like a lot. Like it's actually like very easy to maintain what you have. It's just like going beyond what you previously were capable of. That's really difficult. You need to train really hard for that. But like to maintain what you have is really easy. I didn't like do any like specific stuff like mobility or anything like that. I guess I was just like kind of messing around during that time. Like I focused a lot on rings actually. I managed to do like something like 10 ring muscle ups, and I was trying to like work myself towards an iron cross, but then I like messed up my shoulder, so I decided to stop doing that and just focus on lifting. But yeah, I was doing like more like calisthenic kind of stuff just for fun. So there's some questions here on YouTube. How many miles a week do you bike? Does it affect your training at all? I don't cycle like for fun really. I just like cycle to get places. I guess like in a way it just forces me to exercise. So like I'm barely working these days, but when I was working and going to college like a lot, I would have to like cycle to where I was working in college, and that took maybe like 8 to 10 minutes, probably like 10 minutes most days. And I would like go there, come back, and I would actually go for lunch as well. So I'd actually cycle that distance 4 times per day. So that's like 14 minutes of cycling. And like that's a pretty good amount of cardio. And like it was great because I had to do it, you know. I was forced to do it because like I needed to go places. But like I rarely just cycle for like exercise or fun. But like I do find it fun, but I just don't do it. Do you go to the arcade or the internet cafe? Well, unfortunately, in Ireland, that's not really a thing anymore. Like arcades, like in Western countries, they kind of like died down. That's why, like, I think like in Japan, they have this thing called like Dragon Ball Heroes, and like that's only ever going to be in Japan because like arcades are like a huge thing in Japan. It's not like big anywhere else really. Like well, maybe it's like big in Korea, but like. Yeah, that game's never gonna come to like America or like Europe. Like, and it's such like a good game, and like they're even basing like an anime off it. And like there's internet cafes here, but it's not like PC Bang or like the gaming cafes in like Korea, like in Japan. So no, I don't. Have you done a video talking more in depth of your opinions of Korea? Opinions of Korea. Well, I made like 3 videos. Like I made it look like I was having a good time. It was great. Like I was actually in the Philippines before, and it was just awful. I actually got like food poisoning, and I lost a bit of weight, and I lost a lot of strength. And yeah, that really messed up my training quite a bit. And yeah, I didn't train for a whole time I was in the Philippines, and that was like 10 days. So that sucked. And the whole trip to the Philippines was just awful. Like I'm never gonna go back there because it's like a third world country, and like I've been there like 6 times total. So just sick of it at this point. So like next time I go to Asia, I'm just gonna go to like maybe Korea, Japan, and China. I just go to those places rather than going to these like countries that are like third world. So I'll go back to the questions on Patreon. What are you doing? Messing up my figures again.
No.
I got these figures in Super Saiyan Rose, Trunks, and this is Goku's legs. So taking apart all my figures. This is Broly. He's kind of messed up at the moment, and then this is the other half of Goku, Super Saiyan Blue. Did I have oh, yeah, Golden Frieza, what is it? Oh, yeah. I have Golden Frieza right here. I think they're like just really cheap figures. I was so tempted to buy like multiple figures, and I went to that figure store in Korea, and they actually weren't that expensive. They really weren't. They're like, I don't know.
From that head that was like $2,000.
Yeah, like there's a head that was like $2,000. Yeah, but, like the small figures, like they weren't that expensive. They were maybe like 40 euros at most. So I couldn't fit them in my bag, so I didn't buy any. But if I want to, I can always like get them online. They're really cool though. Where was I in this? Hey Clarence, have you ever ran the small off program for deadlifts? I've done 2 cycles for squatting, but really struggling with it on deadlifts. Just wondering if you think it's worth it or not. Is that like the same program as like the squat program? Because like doing that much volume for deadlifts can be like really fatiguing. It's really intense for deadlifts. Like with deadlifts, it's not the same as like bench and squat. Like a bench and squat, you can train it pretty much every day, but like deadlifts, you'll struggle doing it twice per week even because it's so intense. It depends on like where you are. Like if you're a beginner, you can do deadlifts more often, but like if you're an advanced lifter, you'll barely get away with doing deadlifts once per week. Yeah, saving program. Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely want to recommend that. That's like way too high in volume, in my opinion. Like that's crazy. Like 4 times per week, probably like 30 plus reps per session. That's insane for deadlifts. You should definitely like for deadlift training. You should definitely like add more variation, like do like stiff leg deadlifts, deficit deadlifts, like hyperextensions, even good mornings, rather than just doing deadlifts because you get fatigued very easily from doing heavy deadlifts. Who's your favorite Dragon Ball character? Probably Vegeta. Definitely. Yeah.
Which was that? This one?
No, I don't have Vegeta actually. I do like Goku. What do you do for joint pains? I never had any like joint problems really. It's mainly like muscular or like tendon issues. I never really had joint pain, so I don't know what I do for that. Probably the same thing I do for like just regular injuries, just like find a way around it, see what exercises I can do, and then work on that. So like for the squat, like my tendonitis, I changed my form, did pause squats. I just checked like what I could do and then just did a lot of that. And then eventually when I was healed, I was able to do just regular squats again. Yeah, sorry, tendons. I mean, yeah, I basically gave you my answer on that. Are you gonna let the hair grow out again, or are you keeping it short from now on? What do you think?
Like emo hair?
Emo hair. I don't know. I don't think I have like a slightly receding hairline, so I can't really grow long again.
You should grow it really long.
No, because it look ridiculous. It'll just go down like this, or I'll just go up. Yeah, but like it's not possible. Like just based on genetics, like even in the past, like it wouldn't be possible for me to like grow a ponytail because like my hair, it just grows like this. Yeah, it doesn't grow down. Like, you know.
I can see.
Do you know why people have like curly hair? Like,
Yeah.
they will never be able to have hair like you like.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. If you switch over to powerlifting, will you continue to incorporate the Olympic lifts into your training? Like I don't think I'll ever like fully give up like Olympic lifting. and I don't think I'll like properly say like I'm switching over to powerlifting. Like my training is just mostly based off like what I find fun. So yeah, like Olympic lifts are fun. So like even if I was like right now I'm focusing on powerlifting because I have a competition coming up. So yeah, I would still add in like Olympic lifts because they're great for like developing like explosive power and like keeping up, you know, your speed and everything. So yeah, they're definitely like beneficial. In the same way, like when you're focusing on Olympic lifts, like the movements and like powerlifting can help, like heavy deadlifts can help, and of course like squats, and yeah, maybe even bench press can like help with like some upper body strength. So it goes both ways. Hey Clarence, when you are cutting, how do you maintain your squat strength? Can you increase your squat max while on a caloric deficit? Thanks. Well, like, I guess like the importance of that like depends on what you're doing. Like, if you're doing a powerlifting competition, then obviously it matters more that you maintain your squat strength. But like, if you're doing a weightlifting competition, like the squat doesn't matter. So like when I was like doing weightlifting competitions, I was really focusing on those. I didn't really care about my squat max. Like, I just cared about like more about my snatch and clean jerk numbers. Like, and of course, front squat like matters more when you're close to competition than weightlifting. But like for like maintaining squat strength, like when you're cutting, you shouldn't really train as hard. Like you can definitely cut the volume because you're not going to be gaining any muscle mass. So what's the point? And you'll have less energy anyway. So yeah, I definitely like what I recommend is like just increase the intensity, and lower the volume. Like of course it's going to like decrease somewhat, but yeah. Is the second Jujimufu collab in the works? Is it? Yeah, like he was messaging me. I didn't even tell you about this actually. Like Tom was messaging me like that they're going to go on like a road trip. Like
fucking Ireland.
No, they're going on a road trip. Oh shit, I shouldn't be saying this actually. I won't say it anymore. Because they haven't said it anywhere online, so I won't say it. Yeah, so like yeah, they're planning something big anyway, so and they want me to come, I think. So I guess I'll reveal that in the future. Best training session? What? I don't get it. He's asking me like my best training session of all time. Definitely the 190 snatch session. Yeah, when I snatched 190 for the first time, that was like the greatest feeling of all time because like I literally attempted it like probably like 50 times total. So and that's like just a number. That was a number that was in my head for like a long time. 190 snatch, and I finally did it. It was just awesome. It was so awesome that like I actually didn't do anything else that session because I was just so satisfied. I was like, fuck it, I completed the gym. Larry, probably with Jujimufu. Those brooms and ice pads were thumbs up. They said something about road trip on their social media, but I don't know exactly what they said, so I don't want to reveal what they're doing just in case they don't want it revealed. So yeah, they're planning like they're planning like multiple collabs anyway. And of course they're doing that collab with Omar as well. So that should be cool. So back to the Patreon questions. How was your holiday? Any big cultural differences you have seen between Seoul and home? Are you hyped for Dragon Ball Super Broly movie? I'm definitely hyped for that. Well, I went to the Philippines and I went to Korea, just in Seoul. In the Philippines, I went to Cebu and not too far is like this like island called Bantayan. I was there, so like, that's mainly the places I was during the holiday. Yeah, with the Philippines, like it's just completely different. Like if you're white and you go over to the Philippines, you're just gonna get like you're gonna get scammed. You're gonna be getting like, a bunch of stares. It's definitely like it's not a safe place to be really. Like there's some parts of it that like are beautiful, like Like the place I was staying at was like a 55 story building. It was like, really nice.
Unicorn Land.
And like the malls in the Philippines are a huge thing, and like it's really cool going into one of them. But like yeah, there's just some parts of the Philippines you're just like, oh god, this is a shithole. You know, so I don't know. Philippines, yeah, I guess the people are nice over there. Like there's not like a big cultural change really in like, I don't know, people's like personalities and everything, I guess. But like, I don't know, it's kind of very like American over there in a way. It's weird. Like a lot of people like speak English, and like it's kind of weird because like when you hear people speaking over there, they like speak like 3/4 like Filipino and like 1/4 English, which is just weird. And like all the like billboards and like advertisements, like it's all in English. You never see anything like written in Filipino. But yeah, I've been to the Philippines like 6 times, and I've seen everything pretty much. Like I've seen like poverty and like the rich side of the Philippines. But like Seoul, yeah, that was awesome. It's definitely like, I haven't been to Japan. Oh fuck, I haven't been to Japan, but like, you know, I've seen like documentaries about Japan, like the kind of culture over there, and it's like, I guess it's kind of very similar to that. And like, it's really close to Japan. It's like a 1.5 hour flight, so obviously the culture is going to be kind of similar. Yeah, like gaming is a huge thing over there. Like, I saw a lot of like internet cafes there, like around every like street corner. Like I could see like the PC banks, like, and yeah, like when me and Devon went to the gym, like there was literally like guys like on the treadmill and like on the bicycle, like they were watching like a live stream of like StarCraft. So like it's a huge thing over there. And yeah, like anime is quite big. Yeah, it's really civilized over there, I guess. It was completely different from the Philippines, because I was in the Philippines first and then I went over to Korea, and it was just like a dramatic change. I'll go back to YouTube. Do you ever get nervous before a heavy lift or a PR attempt? If so, how do you mentally prepare yourself for it? Well, like if you've seen the All Things Gym video, you see like after the clean with 227, like my hand was shaking. So yeah, I definitely do get nervous for like heavy lifts. Like not so much on like strength lifts, but like Olympic lifts are like, I definitely get way more nervous of those. Like especially like heavy clean and jerks, I get very nervous of that, because like it is very like scary. You need a lot of courage to jump under like a heavy clean. The snatch, at least you can like attempt, like you can take multiple attempts in the snatch, so you have like chances to like feel out the weight and like not be scared of it, I guess. Like 190, like I had no fear when I was attempting that like multiple times, because you know I had experience just doing it, like attempting it multiple times, and then like weights like 185 multiple times, so I wasn't scared of that. But like when I go for like heavy clean jerks, it's just a scary thing. And squats, yeah, that can get like kind of scary when it gets heavy, especially like when you're using like an Olympic bar. Like it just bends like crazy, and like it's really difficult sometimes to like walk back, because it's just like us oscillating so much. So yeah, bench press, yeah, I wouldn't really get nervous of that. Deadlift, not really. Yeah, so mainly just like very heavy squats and like clean jerks that I really get nervous with. Like how do I mentally prepare for it? I guess it helps to like do heavy singles like often. So like leading up to like a squat PR, or going for like peaking for a 1 rep max, I would do like multiple like heavy singles in my training, just so I get used to the weight, so I'm like mentally prepared for it like when I do go for a 1 rep max. And the same with clean jerks. What the fuck is this 2016 Alpha Destiny? Do you know Alpha Destiny?
I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Good question, Larry. I tried 90 kilos, snatch 5 times, and it feels like it should be possible, but the narcissistic is paralyzing. Is that a word? Paralyzing. Joking, you are beautiful. I didn't know something. Oh, right. Have you ever done rack pulls above the knee? No, definitely not. Like, it's kind of like an ego lift. Anything. Why would you make like an exercise easier? Make it harder. Do like a harder variation. Like do deficit deadlifts. Don't do like block deadlifts or like rack pulls. I get nervous even before I get to the gym sometimes, just from the fear of underperforming. I don't know. Like, why would you get nervous like about underperforming? Like, it just happens. Like you have shit sessions. Like you always have opportunity to make up for it. How come your brother didn't pick up weightlifting like you did? Well, it's not just my brother. It's like my entire family. Like my cousins, my 2 sisters, everyone that like is related to me. They don't do any sports, which is just strange. And yeah, they like my sister did like powerlifting for like 6 months, and she like squatted like 115. So she definitely had like potential to do well, but she was just lazy. Like that's the thing in my family. They just don't like doing sports because they're just lazy. Yeah, but if my brother like and the rest of my family like picked up weightlifting, they would probably do quite well.
Especially your sister Kira.
Sister Kira, what the fuck?
Is Kira your sister?
Shoulder pain. Oh, this is from Patreon, from Mads Manson. Is that his name? I wonder. Mads.
Yeah, maybe it's like short or something.
Yeah. Shoulder pains during snatch and
It's like a German
rotation
name.
during snatch balance. Thoughts. I feel like if I snatch too often, I go a little bit too hard. Once or twice, I'll have shoulder pains, and if I snatch balance, my arms tend to go back and forth a bit. And I can't really settle on a proposition to do it in, hard to explain. Shoulder pains and snatch rotation balance. I feel like you're on my Patreon, or not Patreon, you're on my Discord. Just send me a video on the Discord, like Ask Clarence section, and I'll see the problem you're snatching. Because like I would have to see a video because I just have to see what you're doing wrong, basically.
His arms tend to go back and forth.
Yeah, I don't even know what it means. Yeah, I would just have to see a video. Yeah.
I think Mads is a German name. Because in that show Dark that I was
Well, I talked to him on Discord.
it
So
was
it's
like Mads Nielsen. Is he German?
no, he's American, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like parents.
Do you foam roll or use trigger ball? Had any issues with muscle knots? If so, how do you deal with them? Fendrick from Norway. I don't foam roll, no. I don't use a trigger ball. Like the thing is, like all these things, they don't actually like change like the structure of muscle tissue. They don't like remove like muscle knots. Like that's not even a thing. It does like help like psychologically, I guess, but it can definitely like help it warming up. But like it's not gonna like heal an injury really. So I wouldn't rely on things like that. I would rely on like finding exercises like isolation exercises to work on like muscular weaknesses. I wouldn't rely on like just foam rolling a muscle group and expecting it to heal or whatever. It just doesn't work like that. What are your favorite things to do outside the gym? Games, TV shows, etc. Games? I haven't been playing that many games recently. I'm definitely going to get into more gaming because Kira, she bought me a graphics card that cost like €350 for my birthday. I was meant to buy it, but she bought it. And I again like upgrades to my computer. I'm getting more RAM. I'm changing the processor. I'm actually getting like a microphone as well. Like that's €150. It's the Yeshi, which is a decent microphone. That's what Zach uses. So I'm definitely gonna like play more games and of course make like better quality videos. So I guess like those are my favorite things to do outside the gym. Like just eating, cooking food. That's great. Yeah, TV shows. No, like definitely like the thing I do most often probably outside the gym is probably just like work, I guess. Besides that, like YouTube videos. Like I subscribe to so many YouTube channels. I watch so many different videos. Like that's like probably the main thing I do during my free time. Just watch YouTube videos. I don't watch that many TV shows. God, where are we in this?
Under.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on conjugate method?
Do you have any thoughts about the conjugate method? What's the definition of conjugate? Like the conjugate is when you like vary the rep scheme throughout the week, isn't it? It's like it's not exactly a method. It's a training term, I guess.
I don't even know what it means. I hear everyone talking about it.
I actually forget what it means.
Yeah. It's like a meme.
No, it's. I think it's like when you
it's
vary.
the west side, I know.
Yeah, well, west side is when you vary. Like you have so much variation, like in your rep scheme sets per week.
Use the conjugate method for powerlifting. I don't get it. There's like no explanation.
Yeah, like west side, they like do a lot of variations, or like so they like kind of
like bands and chains and stuff.
That's not people think like that's like the conjugate is like a term used for like weight training. Like it's when you vary like your sets. I definitely wouldn't recommend doing banded power cleans anyway. That's for sure.
But you've done them according to.
Oh yeah, according to do you watch gaming streams? Definitely not. No, I just don't. How long have you been vegan? Been vegan for, let's say, 2.5 years now. 2.5 years. And how's the vegan lifestyle been since transitioning? It's the same. Like it's not even a big deal. All I did was change the food I eat, really. So it is a pain in the ass when you travel, I guess. Like on the plane flight, I couldn't get any like vegan food, which just sucked. I guess like if I prepared for it better, I would have been fine. And I actually found out after I got off the flight that you could have ordered like a vegan meal. I didn't know that. So yeah, I basically like asked for like apples on 11-hour plane flight, and that's all I ate: apples and like the drinks they gave. So yeah, like being vegan can be like very inconvenient sometimes, but it's really inconvenient to like kill an animal, I guess. So, like people say like, oh, it's really hard to like be vegan, and I just basically kind of I don't say it, but like in my head I'm just like, yeah, it's also hard to kill an animal. Like when you think about it like that, it's extremely easy, like being vegan. So yeah, the vegan lifestyle is not that hard once you become used to it. Cooking with Clarence live stream incoming. I'm definitely gonna make like a series like Cooking with Clarence. It just sounds like Cooking with Clarence. It just sounds great. It sounds great as the title of a video. So I might make a series, and like I don't know. I think it'd be a good video. Like because the video with All Things Gym, like at the start of it when I made those oats, like so many people like tagged me like on Instagram. They made the same oats. They're like, oh, Clarence, will I squat like 200 kilos? So I'm just like, no, but great oats. Yeah, but yeah, I should definitely make like more cooking videos. I think it'd be funny. It'd be good as well, informative. Do you like to go out to the pub or club? Definitely not, no. We did in London, though. We went to a bunch of pubs in London.
Because we had nothing else.
Yeah, that was fine.
You didn't get drunk, though.
Yeah, I think I don't think I've ever gotten drunk.
I don't think you have either.
Favorite time to train? Definitely, like, if I had access to a 24-hour gym, I'd probably be training at like around this time, like 1 a.m. Like, I just feel most awake, like from, I don't know, 11 o'clock until like 5 a.m. in the morning. I just feel like I can do so much work, and I don't know, it's weird. You know, when people like they wake up in the morning, they go to work, and then when they come back from work, they kind of just relax for the rest of the day. It's the complete opposite to me. Like, I wake up in the morning, I relax, and then once it becomes like nighttime, I just like want to do shit. Yeah. Have you heard of Mash Perryman's? Well, I haven't heard of that guy, so I don't know.
Google him.
Book on squatting everyday thoughts. Never heard of it. But like, I remember, who was it? Someone was criticizing like a book, and it was like called How to Squat Every Day. I think like it wasn't Max Ayesha, and he's basically just criticizing the book. Is like, it literally tells you on the cover of the book how to squat every day.
What's on overtraining?
Yeah. Like, why would you need to read a book about like how to squat every day, or like on squatting every day? Just do it. Like, it's not that complicated.
Start listening to
I don't know. Haven't read it. Oh shit! There's no questions left. So feel free to post questions, so I don't run out of them, because I answer all the questions on Patreon. Often per week did you do the Olympic lifts during first year of training? First year of training, yeah. The funny thing is, like, I didn't do Olympic lifts like every training session. Like, I remember, like, when I first started, like, I was just really focusing on like squats. Like, I was doing like every training session. I was training like 6 times per week when I started, and yeah, I was doing like Olympic lifts maybe like 3 times a week, which is not optimal at all, but I still progressed like very quickly. Like, even though I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning, like, I actually did everything right kind of by accident. Like, I spent a lot of time like working on increasing my strength. I went heavy off in Olympic lifts, which is what you need to do. And like, when you're young, you can like make a lot of progress. So obviously, like, going for max often is a good idea. So yeah, Olympic lifts didn't do too much. At the start, I still don't do too much. Like, I always focus on like squats. I say like squats are like 80% of my training most of the time. No questions left. Please post them. Do you change your strength training programs or stick to the same methods? Well, I don't follow a program specifically. Like, I just kind of auto-regulate all the time, and I kind of have like a plan in my head. But yeah, like, it does change like the like methods I use. Like, at the moment, I'm focusing more on powerlifting and strength. And like a month ago, around the time when Gregor came, I was focusing a lot on the Olympic lifts, especially the clean jerk. So like, if there's a lift like lagging behind, then I'll obviously focus more on it. So yeah, it does like change quite a bit, like throughout the year. Ever tried sumo deadlifts instead of conventional? I actually did like, was 150 kilos in the sumo deadlift today, just for the laugh. I'd love to like max out on it, because like when I do it, it doesn't actually feel like it'd be dangerous if I went heavy. And it feels like I can pull like a decent weight sumo, and I don't know, it's just interesting to see how much I could do. Because I know Hayden, like, he was deadlifting like, was it like 260, and then one day he just decided to like sumo deadlift, and he like pulled like 275 or something, just added 15 kilos onto his deadlift, and he had never actually trained the sumo. The sumo is easier for sure. Are you? Oh, sorry. Who was your wife? Yeah, that's the Discord. Yeah. you gonna play Patreon games when you fix your PC? And what specs do you currently have? What upgrades will you make? Patreon games, like live streams and all that. Yeah, I'll probably like look into that. I'll probably set up a Twitch if I'm in the mood.
Patreon game.
I think he just like means like live stream games just for Patreons. Yeah. What specs do I currently have? Oh, it's garbage. I took a screenshot of it. I'll try to find it. Yeah, there's just a bunch of shit pictures on my computer. Random crap. Yeah, well, like, my specs are crap, but like, I'm getting. Send me this into. Is it a GTX? I'm trying to find the name of the graphics card. It's like 1060.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm getting the graphics card I'm getting is GTX 1060 and processor AMD. I forgot what it was, 8-core processor. I guess the processors doesn't matter as much as like the most money you're going to spend is on like a graphics card, not a processor. And what did the chat disappear? Oh, it's here. And I already have like a solid state drive.
I think this is here.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's only 250 gigabytes, but I'm gonna get like a 2 terabyte regular hard drive because it's cheap, and like, I need a lot of storage for like videos and all that. Because I plan to make more videos, of course, and yeah, like I keep forgetting that like the camera I have, like it actually has a 4K setting. I never actually tried it. Like I didn't try it because the file size is massive. But like when I get like a bigger hard drive, I might make like some 4K videos. Yeah, the previous graphics card was an Asus VE278, 2 gigabyte. Yeah, it's a piece of shit. Like I could already run like Overwatch in like low medium settings, so it was just awful. I only have 8 gigabytes of RAM as well, and like RAM is like really expensive these days. So I know I'm just gonna get like a 1 8 gigs stick of RAM, so I'll have 16 gigs of RAM. But yeah, like with the new graphics card, especially, like things should be like really, especially with gaming and all that. What happened to your famous knee strap and the Addy? Oh, and the Addy power shoes. I still have those shoes. They're just like so worn out. You know, I'm not gonna wear them anymore because I got new shoes. Might sell them in like 30 years and see what they go for. They probably worth a lot of money actually, because like those shoes, like brand new, like sealed in a box, they could sell for like $1,000 on eBay. With the knee strap, yeah, I'm not using the knee strap because like my knees are actually not that bad anymore. But it's actually my hips that are causing me problems at the moment. That kind of sucks. So like one injury heals and I got another injury, and that's like the common thing, I guess, because like if you're injured, you're gonna change your form. You're just gonna do like an awkward style, and you're gonna like probably injure yourself another way. So that's basically happened to me like in the squat. So like in the squat, I use more of my back and hips rather than like putting the pressure on my quads. So yeah, I kind of put more strain in my back and my hips, and that's why they're injured now. So, and that like allowed my knees to heal. But do you feel like your Nike Wave shoes are significantly different than your old Adidas, or no real difference? Yeah, there is a difference. Like they're definitely heavier. I think they're better overall. Like when I set myself into like for a squat, like my feet just like are just planted in the floor. They don't feel like they're gonna move or anything. Like I also like Adidas shoes are so light that like your feet could shift during the squat. And of course, like if you have lighter shoes, that means you can be kind of more dynamic with your lifts. You can like lift your legs off the floor easier, obviously, because like the shoes are lighter. So yeah, if you're like a really dynamic dynamic lifter, then I guess like a lighter shoe is probably better for you. And I guess that's why like you see like a lot of like Chinese lifters, they use like Nike shoes or the Anta shoes. They're quite similar because they're heavy because they don't move their feet as much as like European lifters. Do you still have the Adidas shirt you squatted 300 kg with? Yeah, definitely. It's a good shirt. You haven't seen me wear that, have you? No. Alright.
Blue one.
Yeah, the blue one, yeah. Can you recommend Nintendo 64, Zelda, and Mario 64? They are old but classics and still amazing to play. I never played Zelda. I wish I did. I read like the creepypasta about like Ben Drowns, and it just like seemed like a cool game. But I never played it. Mario 64. I played like the remastered version on Nintendo DS, but it kind of sucked because that game was so cool because like what made that game awesome was like the amount of like glitches in them. Like so there were so many glitches that you could like just speed run through the game in like 15 minutes. But like with the remaster version for like Nintendo DS, like they like fixed all the glitches, so it wasn't as fun. So you couldn't just like skip through like a bunch of like doors, even if you didn't have enough stairs or whatever. Do you ever watch any of Infinite Elgin Intensity stuff? Yeah, definitely. It's like a really good channel. I definitely follow him. I watch like almost every new video he makes. How do you prevent knees caving in squat? How do you prevent knees caving in?
Push them out.
Don't say that for the
No.
camera.
Get a little.
It's almost it. You keep your knees up. That's your advice.
Do this. Not that.
Dude. It's really good advice. I guess like over time, if you like just consciously try to keep your knees up, and like if your knees cave in because like you're struggling, then just need to lower the weight and keep your knees out, and like over time you like that'll become your like strongest squat position. Like you can do some like fancy stuff like
Warm up with a glute band or something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do fancy stuff like that, but it's kind of like that teaches you, I guess, how to like activate your glutes better. But
like if that's your problem, if your knees are just caving because you're weak, then just get stronger.
Yeah, get stronger in like the proper position. It's the same like as I guess like rounding your back in a deadlift, or like your hips shooting up like in a snatch. Like people ask like, oh, how do you stop your hips shooting up in the snatch? It's like you just get stronger. You strengthen your legs, like you strengthen your position, strengthen the position you want to lift in. So that's just like it's basically the same answer for like the squats, like for your knees caving in.
Lower the weight and don't let it happen.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Because like they're only going to cave when it's harder, so you have to just learn to not do it.
So yeah, ask questions because I have no questions here anymore. I guess I'll end it soon as well, maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So it's been 50 minutes. It's been fast. That was fast actually, wasn't it?
15 minutes. Yeah.
Fast 50 minutes.
Good thing it's right at 10 to 12.
The reason I started this live stream late is because I decided we'll go for a cycle. Like a 1 hour cycle, like at close to midnight. So it's my fault that this is a bit late. Yeah.
That was awful.
Some lifters, especially Asians, let the knee even cave in a bit, activate adductor maximus a bit more or something, which aids in hip extension. Like yeah, like you could lift more by caving, like bring your knees in. Like you have to think like these lifters, like they're doing it professionally. They're gonna do anything it takes to like lift more. Like if they're struggling with a front squat in the clean, then they're gonna cave their knees in just to do a lot more.
And like maybe you want your knees to work when you're old, so
Yeah, like it's the same thing with the snatch. Like you see some lifters like catch a snatch in like an extremely like wide stance, and like their ass nearly touches the floor. Like that's not healthy for the knees at all. Like over time, but it will allow you to lift more because you'd be able to get into a lower position. So like, yeah, there are some things in weightlifting just it's dangerous. Like that people only do because they're getting paid. Cycle, suspicious. Yeah, I taught her how to use gear as well. What kind of bike do you ride? Oh, like a piece of shit. Like
in the video.
What? No, it's just like a cheap bike. I've like paid €100 for. It lasts like a year and a half so far. I actually like the last day I took out I removed like one of the brakes off it because it was just broken. Like the bike is like falling apart. I think I might get like electric bike like next year because they just seem fun. Like there's a video of me cycling. I'm like, oh, you didn't upload that one? Yeah.
I did. Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah. What got you into tricking? Do you remember Anis? Yeah, people call him Anus. Anus. I don't even know his pronounced the second name. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I used to follow him. Like at one point, he was considered like the best tricker in the world, and of course, like that's not the case anymore. There's so many good trickers, but yeah, I do remember him. Yeah, he's like, I think he's like the first tricker to really start like spamming doubles. Like there was no trickers like in the past that did that. I remember at one point, like people were like just calling him out, saying like, "Oh, he's only a twister. He's not good at kicks." So he spent like a year and a half, 2 years, just like focusing so much on kicks, and he got like way better at them. Yeah, but I like the Zampler with him and this is his name Tin Man, and like when they're in like Bangkok, like that was a really cool Zampler. I watched that many times. Oh yeah, I didn't even answer the question. Jesus, what got you? What got you into tricking? Yeah, it's funny. No one ever asked this question. They always ask, like, how did you get into weightlifting? I say, well, through tricking. But like the way I got into tricking was from parkour. Like I did parkour first and like free running, and I just became more interested in like the flips and everything. And of course, like I knew like tricking. Or like around the time I was doing like free running, and then like I just slowly like transitioned from like free running to tricking. Like, and I watched a lot of like Juju Mufu's videos and all that, and he was like big back then, organized on trick tutorials, and there was just a whole community of like trickers, and yeah, it was cool. It was really cool back then. Do you do Pacific core exercises like planks? No, I don't do planks because I just don't really like them. I'm doing side planks at the moment because like my obliques are just weak, and same my hips. So I'm doing that. For like core exercises, I like weighted sit-ups. Probably my favorite core exercise. I might eventually start doing like decline sit-ups just to make it a bit more difficult because like the weight's getting heavy. And I like to put the weight, like lots of people like do weighted sit-ups and they put the weight in their chest. It's kind of useless. It's too easy. Like you'd want to put it like behind your neck. Not safe for work weightlifting channel in Discord. When? What?
What do you mean not safe for work weightlifting?
Why is it just not safe for work channel? Not. Why did you include the word weightlifting?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think all of it's not safe for work, to be honest. Like there was a guy at one point, he's posting like dick pics, and I just had to ban him. So, do you remember Team Ryuku? No, I don't at all. I love those guys. Juji's form back then, they was nuts. Yeah, like what was their username? My username was Super Bro. I don't know why I called myself that, but yeah, my form was awesome. It's a shame, like trickers these days, they're just like posting on like Facebook and Instagram. Like they're not putting any effort into making like samplers anymore or having like quality discussions anymore. Like that's what I don't like about tricking these days. Like I remember in the past, like making a sampler was like a big thing. Like when you made a sampler, like you put effort into it, and like people like really appreciated that. Like when like people like Osh or Velu, like when they release samplers, it was just a big thing in like Juji. But like these days, it's just like short Instagram clips. And like I guess like when people like land, big tricks, like the first video to appear on the internet is just some shitty like phone recording that's like vertical. Whereas like back in the day, like when someone landed like a big trick, they would save that footage for like a proper Zampler, like where it's edited nicely and everything. Like one of the Zamplers with like Velu, at the end he did like a California roll, and like he obviously saved that footage for a long time. Whereas if he like started tricking around like this time, obviously that like video would just be posted on Instagram in like with a phone or something. So have you lost weight? I actually have. I'm like so light at the moment. Like I'm 98.5 kilos. Actually, probably 98 in the morning. Like it's awful. I need to gain weight again. It's because of the Philippines. It just messed me up. I would love to learn a backflip, but afraid to break my neck and end up in a wheelchair or dead.
Same.
Yeah, the backflip like actually can be dangerous, especially for landing on your neck. But like, it's really just the fear of it. Like, it's like physically, it's so easy to do. The best thing to do would be like get spotters and like just to help you get over the fear, and then eventually like you can just try like one spotter, and then you can just try like just someone's hand out here just to catch you if you fall, and then just give it a shot. Of course, like if you do like learn it on mats, it's way safer. If you learn it in a gymnastics gym, that would be ideal. But like backflip is like really easy to learn. I've seen people like learn backflips in like hours. Like it's that easy. What is your advice in learning a backflip? Basically answer that. Yeah, these are a tricking and parkour team based in Canada. They used to post videos way back in the day, like 2002. Yeah, I wasn't like tricking around then. Like that's really early days with tricking. I don't remember them at all, actually. Favorite gym to train in? Yeah, Stacks, of course. Yeah, we just started today. It was actually our first time seeing like, the like really old like church basement gym I train in. Like, it was actually my first time showing her, so she found that interesting. Yeah.
I got to see a cup.
Yeah, she saw like the cup I drink water out of. Yeah, I think I'll end it here actually because it's close to an hour and it's getting late. So yeah, so I'll do another one of these next month. Once you do couples yoga.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah. Maybe for the next live stream we'll do that couples yoga. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do a live stream next month. All right. So.